Petrochemical available capacity is up in Asia, down in North America, and racing up globally by the end of this week. The Petrochemical Weekly update starts now. Last week, I read an article from Reuters about how tire manufacturers are looking for alternative uses for the billions of units that are scrapped annually. The article focused on scrap tire use in things like road construction, as well as the recovering of carbon black from the tires and designing tires that have a lower carbon footprint. This got me thinking about one of the major components of automotive tires, that is the most peculiar petrochemical, butadiene, or BD, and what I call the butadiene conundrum. Butadiene is not typically produced on purpose. It is the byproduct of steam cracking to produce ethylene. There are some on-purpose technologies such as butane dehydrogenation and making butadiene from ethanol, but neither of these are really considered to be competitive. Now here is the conundrum. The yield of butadiene depends on the feedstock used in the steam cracking process. From ethylene, you get about 1% butadiene, and from naphtha, you get about 10% butadiene. However, the price of naphtha in cents per gallon is about 4.5 to 5 times the cost of ethane. Consequently, the low overall yields, no matter which feedstock you use, and poor economics make it prohibitively difficult for a butadiene consumer to pay up for a steam cracker to produce more butadiene. If you are a tire manufacturer, you may feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and more rock and another hard place. That is increasing demand, lack of on-purpose supply, low yields from steam cracking, and poor economics for higher yielding feedstocks. You might be wondering, what does this mean for butadiene and higher olefins consumers? Well, if you are, then the Petchem Global Market Intel Advisory, delivered by the Petrochemical Strategies Expert Network and supported by IIR Energy and powered by i2 Enabled, can help. If you have questions and want answers, ask me. You can reach out to me directly through my website, www.petrochemicalstrategies.com/askme, or to the IIR Energy team by email at iirteam@iirenergy.com. Both addresses are shown on your screen. Let's take a look now at global petrochemical capacity developments over the past week and what we can expect to see by the end of this week. I am using the PCGMI Start a Day dashboard to look at petrochemical feedstocks and products around the world. If you would like to learn more about the platform, just ask me. Available capacity in Asia increased largely due to the restart of the CNOOC and Shell Petrochemicals joint venture ethylene #1 cracker in China, which I reported would restart in my blog last week. In North America, available capacity declined with outages at Pemex's Borealis Petrochemicals Complex and CPChem's Port Arthur Olefins and Aromatics plant. By the end of this week, we see several restarts and capacity gains in Asia, the largest being at the Jubail Petrochemical Complex in Saudi Arabia, which is partially offset by an outage at the Equate Petrochemicals Olefins 1 unit in Kuwait. In North America, we expect Pemex and CPChem units mentioned earlier to restart, as well as increases in available capacity at Shell Norco. Let's take a look at the headlines. In 2020, the U.S. became the third largest liquefied natural gas, or LNG, exporter, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. The EIA expects the U.S. will catapult to the #1 spot by the end of 2020 on the heels of 2 major capacity additions that are expected to come online. Industrial Info is tracking 11 high and medium probability LNG export projects in the U.S. worth about $29 billion. Motiva, on December 12th, experienced an electrical power loss on 4 units at its 600,000 barrel per day Port Arthur, Texas refinery. They are in the process of restarting the units. The Motiva Port Arthur refinery is the largest oil refinery in the United States. And finally, in the news, on Monday, IIR reported that Nova Chemicals restarted its 1.95 billion pound per year ethylene unit in Geismar, Louisiana. The unit was forced to shut down after restarting from a planned turnaround in mid-November and restarted over the past weekend. Thank you for watching the Petrochemicals Weekly Update. If you have any questions about anything you saw today, ask me. My name is Robert Sawchuk, and I will see you next time.